have a reading for you about somebody who seems to have thrown some folks under the bus or not really cared too much about their family members. Maybe they have kind of like ruined several of their friendships or even professional relationships. But with this Ten of Swords, it feels to me like somebody is so focused on what they really want to achieve that they don't seem to realize that nobody else is like working with them or nobody else agrees with them. So they don't realize that nobody else is really on their team anymore. So let's call in spirit with a little bit of wind chime time. I hope you're having a wonderful day so far. If you're interested in a personal reading, I would love to do one for you. My email address is wickedonestarot@gmail.com. It's in the description box along with more information on how to become a member, as well as how to find one of my homemade soy candles on Etsy. All right, let's start off with the noisy tarot. Hello, Erin. What's up? What else do we have? We have the Six of Wands, Strength in the reverse, Queen of Cups in the reverse. Okay, so this is like somebody who knows that you're throwing a party and they don't like you, so they're going to throw a party at the same time, but they don't want to be honest with themselves, or maybe no one else wants to be honest with them, that everybody likes you better, so they're going to go to your party. We have someone who doesn't seem to really understand what their position within the community really is or how people really feel about them. So maybe they just don't want to be, I don't know, they don't want to be honest with themselves that the people who do seem to give them the time of day only do so because they work for them or because they're scared of them. It's not, they don't have any friends. And I'm not laughing at that person. It's just they seem to misunderstand on purpose. Hello, Hannah. How are you doing? Hello. Is it J.E.? Hello, Carrie. Welcome back. Pretty flavor white guy. What else do we have? Yeah, I think that's pretty solid. We have the Hierophant in the reverse and the Ace of Cups. All right, so this is looking to me this is looking to me like we have someone who has gone through some sort of public breakup, okay? People know that this person is single and they're looking at it as, oh, I'm going to have so many people that want to pursue me. Maybe they are quite wealthy. Maybe this is somebody who's got a little bit of fame. Maybe they're particularly physically attractive, but they are not going to be like surrounded by suitors. They're not going to be as popular, or they aren't as popular as they think they are. So, yeah, this is a bit of ego, right? Oh, I'm going to jump onto a dating app and I'll have 18 people wanting to take me out on a date within the first hour. Just you watch. That's what they think. And then they get on there and nobody's interested. Lovers in the reverse. Nobody wants them. Four of Wands in the reverse and Judgment in the reverse. This is looking to me like somebody who had a happy, healthy relationship. They threw that out the window. They didn't see the value of that relationship, and it showed everyone who they are. And they thought that would just kind of fall by the wayside, and then eventually there would be multiple people trying to find a way to date them. But what they're realizing is when they threw out that long-term relationship, they ruined their own reputation, or or they overestimated how popular they would be with people. I hope things get better for you, Sabam. I feel like I should know how to say that, but I do not. Hello, Pauline. How are you doing? Hello, Lemonade. What's up? Yes, I agree. Hello, Paige. How's your day going? What else do we have? Queen of Pentacles and the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse. Yeah. This is someone who got bored in their long-term relationship and thought that they could enjoy the single life and everyone would just be like flocking them like, oh my gosh, you're just like the best thing ever. But they're realizing they don't have as high a stock as they thought. They are not seen in the positive way that they thought they were, or they're not as attractive as they thought they were. Ace of Wands in the reverse, Ace of Pentacles. So now that this has failed, I think this King of Pentacles is trying to come back around to their ex and basically like, if this was like, let's open the marriage and then it didn't work out, now they're saying, let's close the marriage. Now I don't want you out here flirting with other people when I can't get anybody's attention. Or if they broke up the marriage, now they're coming back around to the ex and saying, hey, I think I made a mistake. Let's get back together. But it's looking a little bit like Pandora's box, right? You open it, you can't really close that. We have someone who's learning a difficult lesson because they made an assumption that they would be a little bit more popular than they actually are, or that there would be interested parties, and there were, in fact, not. So they caused an ending, and now they regret that ending. Let's see. This is the Marseille Cat Tarot. Oh, that is good, Rachel. Aw, that's too bad. It happens. I wonder if that's why you were asking how much, like, the highest tip was. All right, so we have the Eight of Wands and the Star. Hold on. And the Page of Wands. So there's communication or a conversation that happens, and the entire goal is this King of Pentacles is like, what can I do to make this right? What can I do to take back what I said or undo the, breakup? You can't undo this. I don't know why they didn't think about this before they asked for the divorce or before they asked to move out. But now we have somebody who wants what they rejected. They want it back. Like, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have moved out, or I'm sorry, I shouldn't have asked for us to have an open relationship. What I really want is like the old way of doing things. I want it to go back to the way it was. But they can't do that. It's not an option. This Queen of Pentacles is like, nah, I don't think so. You've made your choice. I've already moved on. Or, this is the way it is now. This is the new normal. Be careful what you wish for. This King of Pentacles got what they thought they wanted, and it ended up being exactly not what they wanted. Now they want this Queen of Pentacles, which is either symbolism for that loyalty and like monogamy, or this is somebody who wants that relationship that they literally walked away from. Now they're seeing the actual value of that relationship because they overestimated what they could potentially get instead. It's a difficult lesson, but now they know that this Queen of Pentacles was actually worth a lot more than they thought. That a dime a dozen, those types, they've been able to find easily. But this Queen of Pentacles, no. Seven of Wands in the reverse and the Eight of Swords in the reverse. But now they understand the actual value of this partner or this type of connection that they had before, and they're missing it. Four of Pentacles and the Ten of Pentacles. So what I thought was low value, Four of Pentacles, now I see as the Ten of Pentacles. So they're chasing the person that they broke up with. Let's see. This is the Nightmare Before Christmas. What else do we have? Hello, Avery. How are you doing? If you would like a reading, you can attach your question to a super chat, and I do the personal questions after the general reading, which would be in a little over 20 minutes from now. Yes, that's true. Yeah, we don't talk about that in here, Avery. It's true. Life is not all love and cupcakes, and we do talk about things that are not cupcakes in here, including this person who ended a relationship and now regrets it. But we're not going to talk about politics. Just not. All right, what else do we have? King of Potions or the King of Cups. The Queen of Candles or Queen of Wands in the reverse. And Temperance. What was seen as like rusty and not like great, not desirable. Now this King of Pentacles is looking at it like, oh my gosh, that's like exactly what I need. That's exactly what I want. How come I can't have that anymore? You know? They put value on the wrong attributes, or they weighted certain traits unfairly, and now they're realizing that loyalty and trustworthiness are much more important than they originally thought. Hello, Flower. How are you doing? That she does. How are we doing, Redbeard? Hello, Eduardo. Hello, Nat. I hope you're having a good one. Nat, we've got the King of Pentacles out, but I don't think it's a good King of Pentacles. It's somebody who misunderstood the value of their partner. So we have the Seven of Cups in the reverse and the Six of Wands in the reverse. This King of Pentacles is feeling like a failure because what they thought would be like, I'm going to go ahead and upgrade my relationship situation. Now they're realizing they actually like gave up on something that was really good, and what they thought they could find readily available in a new relationship is in fact not easy for them to find. Ten of Cups or the Ten of Potions and the King of Needles or King of Swords in the reverse. They misread the situation, or they overestimated their own value or perceived value in a relationship context. Thought that they would be able to replace this Queen of Pentacles, but they have not been chosen. They've been getting a bunch of crickets. People are not interested in this King of Pentacles because of the reputation that precedes them. Hello, David. How are you doing? Hello. What's up, KJ? It's true. So we have the Nine of Swords. This person that ended your relationship or moved out and was pretty certain they would have this new fancy, flashy relationship. It could have been because they were actually cheating. And now the person that they cheated on the Queen of Pentacles with is no longer interested in the relationship because sometimes what draws them in is that like forbidden love kind of thing. So when the King of Pentacles ends this relationship, now all of a sudden there's like a loss of interest. So we have the Hermit and the Tower. What the King of Pentacles expected is far from what actually happens. Ooh, thank you, Flower. Let me add this for you. License is charged. Did I make the right move for me? I sure hope so, but we shall find out. What impact? On my instructor. I've added that for you. Thank you, Flower. What else do we have? Queen of Presents or Queen of Pentacles in the reverse. The Magician in the reverse. The Seven of Swords. Three of Swords in the reverse. This is about taking someone for granted. Which makes me think of Rick and Morty again. Did you just say for granted? You know it's for granted. Is that what it is? This is like seasons and seasons ago. This is someone who took the Queen of Pentacles. That doesn't have to be a woman, by the way, and the King of Pentacles does not need to be a man. But someone took their partner for granted, okay? And they expected their little new affair partner or this, you know, new love interest, or maybe even just getting on a dating app. They expected that to be like the answer to all their problems and they would find some perfect new partner. And now they find weeks later, maybe even months or years later, that they actually hurt themselves by undervaluing the relationship and not seeing just how much this Queen of Pentacles did for their life, did to, you know, make them happy, and how exhausting it is trying to understand what's going on in a dating situation when you're dealing with people who aren't honest. Hello, Shayla. What's up? Hello, Dino. How are you doing? I hope you're having a good day. So we have Verge, about to reveal or confess. And what is this person going to reveal or confess? That they can't stop thinking about the person they broke up with. This person that they have maybe divorced, or, you know, we had to find a different living situation. I can't stop thinking about you. I'm realizing now that I shouldn't have walked away. I shouldn't have moved out. I should have realized how important you actually are to me. But I completely missed all of that and didn't understand what was really going on. So even though, you know, things have been finalized and now our money is separate, or, you know, you've got your own place, I got my own place, I'm still daydreaming about what it was like when we were together, or, you know, looking you up on social media, trying to figure out what's going on. For some of you, this person might be catfishing, but they feel like they walked away from the relationship that actually was the best thing that ever happened to them. And this King of Pentacles is feeling foolish. I think they want reconciliation. I think they want to like undo a divorce or a breakup. This is the Burning Heart Love Oracle. Enjoy your burrito, CTF. What's up, Grant? How you doing? What else do we have? I'm sorry that I hurt you. I didn't realize what I had until it was gone. I mean, that's kind of the perfect card, right? They didn't realize that this was the relationship they wanted. They walked away from it, right? I don't feel like I deserve you. I want to hold you. They miss you. Hello, Watchful. How are you doing? We have I'm on my way to you. They can't stand missing you. They're going to try to find a way to see you in person. Maybe because they feel like only if they're in person could they potentially convince you to give them another shot. I've been manifesting you. I want to make you happy. I miss your smile. I need to tell you the truth, and I want to make things right. So they chose someone else, but at this point, they're realizing that you are the real prize. You're the one that they actually want to be with. This is the Romance Angel Oracle. What else? Past life relationship. Yeah, so you've already been in a relationship with this person. They had to lose you before they could really realize how valuable that relationship was. But now it's got them thinking back on like the beginning of your relationship and how different you approach love. The other people that they've encountered are people that they can't trust, and now they're realizing that what they thought was most important seems to be now kind of like least important to them. So, yes, they got distracted by some chemistry or maybe even some physical attraction, but now they're realizing just how great things could be if they were just with you. But you're looking at this as, why would I go back to that? Why would I do that again? You know? I don't know. Oh, hold on. Let me see what we've got for unicorn here. A general from the Thoth. Sounds good. I have added that for you, unicorn. Thank you. Let's see what else we've got. Hello, Adnan. How are you doing? This is the Spellcaster's Tarot. What else do we have regarding this King of Pentacles, please? No problem, unicorn. And thank you, Nat Nat. Let me add that for you. What else do we have regarding this King of Pentacles, please? Chariot. Six of Cups. High Priestess. Ten of Pentacles. I was so quick to see what I wanted in, you know, other situations, right? Grass is greener on the other side. That I missed what was right in front of me. I didn't see the amazing connection that I had because it had, you know, gotten to the point where I was taking it for granted. But now I realize that the decision I made to end that relationship was foolish. That I was foolish for thinking that I would be happy with somebody else. So this King of Pentacles is basically admitting I broke my own heart. It took me a little while to realize what I'd actually done, but I was too reckless to actually take stock in what I had in front of me. This is someone who should have communicated more, but now they're realizing your true, how I don't know, trustworthiness, the actual value you bring to a relationship, because they couldn't find those attributes with other people. Yes. Thank you for liking the video. That means a lot to me. Or if you're able to hype, that's even better. Page of Pentacles in the reverse. The Nine of Swords in the reverse. And the Queen of Wands in the reverse. Yeah, I don't think the King of Pentacles is going to be able to get this reconciliation off the ground, because they have already shown their cards, because they have already made it seem like it's that easy for them to walk away. I think they have already ruined the connection that was there. They just don't want to admit to themselves that it's done. Nine of Wands and Strength in the reverse. You gave in to temptation. You didn't want to work on the relationship that you now seem to miss. You gave up on it too quickly. So Eight of Cups in the reverse, coming back around, but when they come back around, this King of Pentacles finds that the Queen of Pentacles is not interested. The Queen of Pentacles has already left the building. Yeah, we have the Hierophant and the Ten of Pentacles in the reverse. You said, you know, through sickness and in health, right? But you were quick to walk away. You already jumped ship, so how can I trust you again? So we've got this person saying, sorry, that was your chance and you didn't really seem to understand what you had. So why would I pursue that again? Why would I want that again? So this is the Weird Cat Tarot, and then after this we will do the personal questions. It's all right, Shayla, it happens. No worries. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Shayla. I hope that improves. What else do we need to know about this King of Pentacles? We have Ace of Pentacles, Knight of Wands. I think this is someone else who's interested in the Queen of Pentacles. Nine of Pentacles in the reverse, King of Pentacles. A real King of Pentacles? Because notice this King of Pentacles, we just got strawberry, okay? That's like a sweet version of the Pentacles, right? That's why the Nine of Pentacles has 9 strawberries. Strawberry. We got somebody who knows how to appreciate the relationship with the Queen of Pentacles for what it is, and not have to lose it in order to appreciate it. So there's someone else here who is interested in the Queen of Pentacles, and this person actually respects long-term relationships and is demonstrating a willingness to approach love in a more respectful way. So this King of Pentacles, the original one, is nervous. They feel like they've been exposed as a bad partner for their own actions, but also because now there's someone who's really interested in that long-term healthy relationship. So this Queen of Pentacles seems very interested. You know, since I've had time to kind of get some things balanced on my own, since I've had time to heal from the previous situation and reject this King of Pentacles, now, you know, maybe I would start considering the offers of others. So the Empress is that Queen of Pentacles. Remember, it does not have to be a woman, but this is someone who knows their value and offers that loving energy. But they're not interested in anybody who's just, you know, here for a good time. It has to be somebody who's serious about commitment. So this new love interest is somebody who is very clear on wanting to be monogamous and appreciating the value that this Queen of Pentacles Empress brings to the table. They're coming through as a Queen of Cups, does not mean that they are a woman, but this is somebody who is reliable and wants to be like a good partner. All right, let's see what we've got. I think it was Priyanka first. No, I'm wrong. That was the last reading. Flower first, and then unicorn, and then gnat. So for flower, we've got, did I make the right move for me? Did flower make the right move for flower? This is saying no. We've got the King of Petals or King of Pentacles in the reverse and the Fool in the reverse. Goodness. And the Queen of Petals. With the Ten of Petals. That's interesting. King, Queen, and the Ten of Petals. So there's something a little bit off from what you were supposed to do. Maybe the timing or how you managed it. Is this something that flower can salvage or correct? Yes. There's something not quite perfect. It's like you took the wrong turn, but GPS can correct the path and you'll still end up in the same place. You just have to like take a longer path. But we have the Emperor and the Queen of Crystals. So it's like you're just taking a longer path than the one that you were supposed to take. You're still going to end up at the same outcome, but you have to be willing to listen for that recalibrated route. You're welcome, Rachel. Hello, Callan. How are you doing? Eduardo, sí lo puedo decir en español, pero la cosa es que estos son cuestiones de individuos que necesitan entender. Bueno, posiblemente Flower va a entender, pero hay subtítulos. Did I say that right? So Flower, we've got somebody who, this is you, didn't follow the instructions from your intuition 100%, but you still have the ability to correct it. You still have the ability to get back onto the right path. What impact did this have on the instructor? Three of Wicks or Three of Wands and the Six of Jars or the Six of Cups. So this feels to me like we have somebody who is waiting. The instructor is waiting on someone from their past. Waiting for some communication. Honestly, this looks to me like I've reached out to my ex. Chariot in the reverse, Ten of Wands. I thought something was going to go somewhere and it didn't, so I reached out to my ex. Chariot in the reverse. I unblocked someone that I shouldn't have, and now I'm talking to this person. Yeah, the instructor, the impact is like a little bit of a hit to the ego, but it was just a little bit too easy for this person to be like, okay, fine, then if that's how it's going to go, I'm going to go do something kind of destructive or something that I know I shouldn't do. Whoops. Thank you, Erin. So we have Eight of Petals or Eight of Pentacles. And the Seven of Crystals or Seven of Swords in the reverse. I think you just basically are going to, you're going to see that this has exposed a dishonesty or like a lack of knowing oneself from the instructor. And this aggravation or sense of rejection has just kind of exposed who they really are. It maybe wasn't the right way, but it was the same. It gets you to the same outcome. Anything else for flower, please? This is the Meme Cat Major Arcana. Anything else for flower, please? We have the High Priestess and the Lovers. I love these cards so much. How great is that? They're so cute. You've got a very strong sense of self, and people don't always understand your decisions, but your decision, it's leading you towards a soulmate. So don't spend too much time second guessing yourself. This is just, you're taking a longer path there, but you're still going to get there. We have the Magician in the reverse. Be cautious because there's somebody in your path, like in the next couple of days, who's going to try to make a decision for you or influence your decision. And you need to stand firm in what your decision is, because you are right and this person is wrong. Let's see what we've got for Unicorn, the Thoth Tarot. Yeah, have a good one, Erin. Hello, Chris. How are you doing? Hey, Callan, are you talking to other people or just to yourself? I'm proud of you for not having fear. I think that's the goal, but I would ask that you interact with folks a little bit more. What do we have for Unicorn? Someone wants to call a truce. Someone has, I think, a little bit late recognized that they were wrong. I think it's like everybody else realizes this person is wrong, and now they're like, oh, it looks like maybe I was wrong. So we have somebody who wants to apologize. We have somebody who's going to say, I guess I need to see things differently now. That was foolish of me. But it's literally because everybody else is showing signs that they're not going to back this person up. So we have the Princess of Swords, which is the Page of Swords. Two of Cups and the Seven of Swords. So because now I can't bully people into thinking a particular way or making a particular decision, now I'm going to try to be really kind and sweet and syrupy and love bomb people. But the thing is, whoever this person is, they're not going to be successful because everybody sees it as a lie, a performance. Yeah, it's very similar to the general reading, like the reading before this. But this is basically somebody who wants to apologize when it's already too late. They can't change their mind up because everybody already knows what they're really doing or what they're really about. So futility. They can lie all they want. Nobody's going to believe them. So whoever is trying to make a truce or make things right, they've already been discovered and like defeated. People already see this person as kind of silly. They still think that they can get some sort of win. Nah, too late. They already lost. We do have lust coming through, which can also talk about, greed. We have somebody who has overplayed their hand. They think they're smarter, or they think that they're better, or they think that they're hotter than they actually are. They don't have the brain power here that they think they do, or they do not match up the way that they think they do. They think it's favorable, but really they are already beat. Oh, I won't. You're welcome, Flower. And let's see. Hello, Joanne. How are you doing? Let's see what we've got for Nat. We'll go with the tarot of the cat people. What do we have for Nat, please? What do we have for Nat? Thank you, Unicorn. I'm doing well. Thank you, Joanne. What do we have for Nat, please? Five of Swords, Page of Cups, a Tower in the reverse. Eight of Wands in the reverse, Empress, and the Three of Cups in the reverse. This feels to me like friends or family who had a pretty, it's like, I'm certain that what went wrong was this. I have, reviewed the situation for 30 seconds and come up with an assessment. But whoever this is making the assessment, they were wrong. So maybe there are people who assumed you were the problem. Maybe there were people who assumed you were going to change your mind. But now we have people who are finding out that they were wrong about you, probably. People who didn't want to believe you, or people who didn't think that you could do something on your own. People who thought that you would go crawling back. They're having to acknowledge that you're not doing what they thought you would. So you're coming through with this magician energy. Ooh, and the Hierophant, the high priest. You have been talked about in circles where people probably hope you don't actually ever hear about this conversation. And it's like, man, Nat sure has changed. There's like rules, and like I'm not going to make exceptions, and I demand respect. There's someone who's frustrated, but also it's like I admire you a little bit, like you got a little bit of what's the term, chutzpah. You're not anybody's fool. So even though there was doubt, even though there were people who didn't think that you would actually be able to pull this off, we have some chat happening with other people looking at you and basically saying, well, I guess she kind of surprised all of us. Or I guess we were wrong. You're pulling off something that everybody thought you would go back on or change your mind on. Hello, Marsha. How are you doing? Let's see what we've got for you. Thank you, Flower. Yeah, I mean, that seems like the right thing to do. But it might be that you needed to actually end it all together. What was it that Flower needed to do differently? Leaving space for there to be like another chapter. It seems to me like it should have actually been like you need to cut it off. Was there something that made you feel like this person wasn't interested in a long-term connection, or was maybe a little bit too flirty? Yeah. To you as well, Unicorn. Oh, I believe in you. Get some rest. Was it just that she needs to fully cut off the instructor? Yeah. It was an opportunity for you to be a little bit more decisive. So I think you need to make sure that it's not about needing space just for a little bit of time. Like there's nothing there. So this is saying the better course would have been cut it off completely. Like, hey, I don't think there's going to be anything there. More definitive, I guess. Because there's a good chance that he's going to try to reconnect. Yeah. He's going to try to flirt or get you to go out. So the right move is don't leave any space for misinterpretation or thinking like, hey, maybe in a couple of weeks. Because I think he's still going to try some shenanigans with you. I think this person is going to try for a one night stand or some physical intimacy without the emotional intimacy. So you got to completely cut that out. Yeah, it's the confusion element. Yes, exactly. So that's the thing that needs to happen. And when that's done, then you've done the right path. Like I said, it's something you can still do. You can get back on the right path. Hello, Miss and Harley. How you doing? I'm doing well, thank you. All right, I'm gonna leave it there. I love you all. Thank you for the likes and the subscribes. Thank you for hyping if you're able to, and I will